to Watch Symposium. I'm Austin. All right, so wristwatch check, Submariner 14060. I'm going to switch this out for the Timex tonight. The Timex is here, so I haven't even seen it. It's waiting in its box, and I want to wear it tomorrow, so I'll probably make an unboxing video and my reaction to it. I can't wait to see it. Look forward to that. Also, this coming Sunday night, Japan time, I'm going to try to do a live show. I think I've figured out how to do a live show without the buffering issues that I had before, so look forward to that as well. Get your super chats ready. I'm kidding, kinda not. And hopefully I'll see you guys on Sunday night. All right, what do I want to talk about today? I want to talk about something that Captain Danny brought up. I would never have known about this if not for Captain Danny, and thanks to him I did a web search and found out about this little tiff that's going on between a couple of millionaire explorers. It's kind of interesting. All right, you remember the last video that I made at Shinagawa Station, which is where I am right now, and I mentioned that Omega, April of this year, had just sent one of their watches down the deepest any watch has ever been. They got the distinction, they got the record from Rolex. They're the new deep diving big dogs in town. Take that, Rolex. All right, well, they did that on a submersible called Limiting Factor, all right? And the expedition was put together by a gentleman, multimillionaire, named Victor Vescovo. Victor, all right? Vescovo. I hope I get his name right, you know, Vescovo. Victor Vescovo. All right, he, okay, let me just roll back a little bit. All right, 2012, James Cameron went in a submersible into the Mariana Trench off the coast of Guam and went the deepest ever. Previously, it was a record held 50 years ago, and James Cameron did it. That was 2012, and on his submersible was a Rolex watch. Was it the Rolex Deep Sea? No, I think that was on his wrist, perhaps. No, actually, I don't know, but on the submersible was a 51 millimeter Rolex watch, and it was, I think it was called like the Challenger Deep, maybe? Or maybe that's the part of the trench he went in. Anyway, it was a 51 millimeter, just gigantic watch, especially made by Rolex for this dive. And then the 44 millimeter James Cameron was sort of the watch that was released in celebration of this event. That was, I think, 2 years after the dive. All right, so 7 years later, this year, April of this year, Victor Vescovo, I hope he doesn't see this video because I'm just butchering his name. Victor Vescovo beats the record. He beats the record, okay? And he does it with an Omega watch on his submersible. Beats it by 52 feet. All right? Now, here's the part of the story that Danny brought up that was so interesting. All right. James Cameron is miffed. He's not having it. And he, according to him, he says, well, you know, it's a flat, featureless area. I don't see how you could have gone deeper. I don't care what your gauges read. I went as deep as possible. Well, Victor says, it's not about a record. Let's, you know, easier for him to say, right? It is about the record, I think. And you know, Victor Vescovo, he's well, he made all his money through, I think, investing in private businesses, I think, okay? Well, he is quite an explorer, and I think The Guardian said something like he has this desire to be the ultimate explorer, and this like drive to I guess be the alpha male explorer, and he has climbed the highest 7 mountains on all of the continents, including Mount Everest, and he's skied across the North Pole and the South Pole, and now he's been deeper than anybody else, right? So he's definitely trying to make a name for himself, or he just loves pushing himself, and I don't know what the motivation is, but I'm not buying that it's not about being number one. I think that's a big part of it. Plus, his press release said something like deepest submarine dive in history. So he's anyway. Hey, I would be the same way. Anyway, let's go back to James Cameron. He's not happy about it. He's contesting it. According to Victor is saying, hey, scientifically, it's just the way it goes. And Victor's going to, I think, do it again in 2020 just to sort of make sure everything's legit. Anyway, who's right? I don't know. We don't know. James Cameron is saying, you couldn't get deeper than I did. Victor Vescovo is saying, well, our technology was more up to date, gave a better reading. But the thing is, when you go that deep, apparently it's really hard to get an accurate measurement. So, is it possible that Victor Vescovo's reading was more accurate, but James Cameron went just as deep? That's possible. Is it possible that that the 10 hours that Victor Vescovo spent versus I'm going to say it was like 3 hours that Cameron spent, did he get to a deeper part? Well, they were, with Victor Vescovo's expedition, they were actually mapping the bottom of the sea with sonar, and there's a lot of legitimate scientific things he was doing as well. Not that James Cameron wasn't, right? But with that added technology, he really could have made it to a deeper part. Again, according to Cameron, it's all flat and featureless, and you can't go deeper than that. So, who got deeper? I don't know. According to the gauges on Victor Vescovo's machines, 52 feet deeper. All right. Both awesome accomplishments. I really have no sort of feelings on it. If I were James Cameron, I'd be pissed too. But if you're Victor Vescovo and your gauge says what it says, what do? I mean, you went the deepest. I don't know. I mean, I wish I could support one over the other. Oh, should I support Cameron because he's a Rolex wearer? No, I don't know. I mean, it's interesting, and yeah. I mean, if I were Victor, I'd be defending the hell out of this, and if I were Cameron, I'd be pretty damn bitter about it, and calling into question whether he could have gone any deeper. Anyway, let me know what you think about it. Do you guys have any sort of feelings on it one way or another? I will put in the description a link to the article that I read, and you can sort of read the details and come up with your own feelings on it, and share with me which do you think is more correct and who's right. And yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Take care. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Look at it as like a collector's piece.
No, not really. But I would still send it in, have a complete overhaul done.
How much would you pay for that?
I have to do the research. I don't think it's worth $650 in this condition.
I don't think it is either.
I think it's like a $400 watch. About $400.
Yeah, at best, maybe working well.
Because you're going to spend about
$1,000 on the overhaul. Well,
no.
300.
If you go to